Hey, the vibes are slipping. I think it's time to bring out the Velveeta shells and cheese. The holidays are a time to go all in on indulgence. Headline your meals with the rich, creamy meltiness of Velveeta shells and cheese and satisfy your holiday cravings like no other. Bring that main course energy to your side dish. Celebrate extra with Velveeta these holidays.
Welcome to the RuPaul's Drag Race Recap Show for Season 17, Episode 11, titled Ross Matthews versus the Ducks. My name is Joe Batanz, and I am joined as always by one duplicitous co-host from the podcast Bravo, Bravo, effing Bravo. Please say, all right, let's just get this show started. All right, well, I guess we'll just start the show. To Nathan Patrick Brown. Hello, Nathan.
Hey, Joe.
A joke that literally, well, I guess there are a few other people know what I'm talking about, but like one person here knows what I'm talking about. How are you doing, Nathan?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing very well. And in fact, you and I just recorded 4 days ago an episode of Just Between Us Girls where I actually listened to it today. What did we talk about? I listened to it. I know what we talked about. Well, we talked about Good Day Dolly.
Yes.
And how there was a certain someone who went to see your show and didn't say hello.
Oh, yeah.
And then I told a story about how I was embarrassed that I did a show that I talked about how I don't like talking about myself, and then spoke about myself for an hour. And then on the episode of Just Between Us Girls, where I say I'm embarrassed that I did this, every story you told, I brought back to myself.
And here we are talking about it again.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. And and I always say the same thing. You can listen to Just Between Us Girls in several places. You can listen to patreon.com/afterthoughtmedia at the executive tier level and above. Don't forget, you can also subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Not only do you get Just Between Us Girls, you get the full uncut Drag Race episode the same time that everybody else does. All that at Apple Podcasts, just right there. If you're listening to Apple Podcasts, right there. But there's also other big news that as the Afterthoughts know. Now, if you want to listen to your Afterthought media shows, even the free ones that I talk about, you can do that on Spotify now. You can go to Spotify and look up Afterthought Media Backstage Pass. Subscribe to that show. Any free you don't have to do anything special. Any free content that we release will then show up in your Spotify feed. And if you're a Patreon supporter, if you link your account to if you link your Patreon and Spotify account, which I've learned you have to do on your Patreon page. Okay, you have to do it through Patreon, link your Spotify account. You can listen to your tier of shows right there on Spotify if you want to listen to your Patreon shows on Spotify. Now, future Joe, this is only for the Patreon supporters. Cut this out for the public feed show. I guess this makes no sense. I have to keep it in the public feed show because this is I'm trying to talk to them.
I feel like half the time when you say future Joe, you forget anyway.
I know. Okay, future Joe, ignore that. Okay. Public feed people, you have to hear this because there might be people who I don't know what happened. Why is it that my Patreon show didn't come out? I made an important announcement. I think it's very smart for everybody, even if you're getting this show when you're supposed to. I think everybody should unsubscribe on their podcast app. This is only if you listen, by the way, on an app other than Patreon. Unsubscribe, go to your homepage, recopy your link, and resubscribe. If you want to know the details, go to your Patreon app and look up the announcement and explain it there. Okay, That's everything there. Nathan Patrick Brown, how have you been doing?
Good. Yes, very good. You know how last week I was so excited to talk about this episode of last week's episode. Now this week I'm not excited at all.
Yeah, other than the first act, I don't really have any much to say. And what's funny is the first act I have no notes.
Oh, it was a dreadful show. Dreadful show.
I don't know if I call it dreadful, but I was just like, it's not that exciting. Here's the deal. What's more exciting is all the drama happening with me and Blackstone and Helen Schaefer Gray's involved. But we'll get into that one.
Shit.
Yes, she's involved. Blackstone's involved. Christian Ochoa is strangely involved.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So, of course, is anybody shocked?
Are you talking about the Mount Rushmore of horrible people?
So we'll get into that in the segment. But when we get to the fashion part. But the point is, Good Day Dolly's going well. Everything's going well there.
Just did 4 big shows over the weekend in a heat wave, which was challenging. But yeah we did good. Good feedback. Going all right.
All right. Very good. And then with me, is this all? No, we're fine here. Why don't we do this? Then why don't we take a break?
Okay.
And is there anything else we do here? I think we just chit chat, right? Yeah. Then we take
you
a
just
break.
do your plugs.
Yeah, and then we take a break, and when we come back, then we're going to talk about the overall episode, our big takeaways, all that jazz. We're going to listen to all that. Wait, are you drinking a Pepsi?
Pepsi Max.
People know this. If there's an establishment that only serves Pepsi, I won't eat there.
I prefer it.
What an asshole. No, it's disgusting. All right. All right. Well, I guess we'll take a break now. All right. We'll just take a break.
No one should have to choose between their own safety and their pets. But nearly half of domestic abuse survivors delay leaving because they can't bring their pets with them. Purina is helping to create more pet-friendly domestic violence shelters through the Purple Leash Project, so survivors and their pets can escape and heal together. Visit Purina.com/purple to learn more.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, this is Bill Simmons from the Bill Simmons Podcast, here to tell you that Michelob Ultra, the official beer partner of the NBA, is bringing NBA fans closer than ever this season with chances to win great prizes, including courtside tickets. Enter now at MichelobUltra.com/courtside. Michelob Ultra courtside 25 to 26. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 21 plus. Begins on October 1st, 2025 and ends on June 30th, 2026. Multiple entry periods. See official rules at MichelobUltra.com/courtside for free entry deadlines, prizes, and details.
And we are back. This week, the girls perform in a spoof of the Ryan Murphy-produced Truman Capote versus the Swans. On the runway, the category is the black and white ball. Later, Anya Nerve was named the winner of the challenge, while Lydia B. Collins and Lana Jarre were placed in the bottom two. After lip-sync battle for their lives, Lana was told, "Shantae, you stay," while Lydia was asked to sashay away. Nathan Patrick Brown, as always, two-parter to this. What did you think of that lip sync, and did the right queen go home? And then later we'll discuss the big takeaways from the episode. But you go now.
Yeah, the lip sync was kind of a mess. I was enjoying Lydia before the scissors came out, but after that it was rough. But I kind of wish Lydia stayed because, Rue this season has saved multiple people, it seems, who have lost their wigs in a lip sync. So I'm like, is it really that much of a crime to botch cutting yourself out of your own dress? So I was like, it could have gone either way. I would have preferred Lydia to stay, just because I think we've seen everything Lana has to give, I think. Even though she didn't deserve to be in the bottom this week, I was like, either or. But Lydia she's just a bit more interesting than Lana.
It's really sad. They were handing Lana to Lydia on a silver platter. If she would have just not cut the dress, she would have won hands down. Lana would have been what I always said, want to go away. And she would have gone away. And she basically Lydia handed Lana a gift because now she won another week where she has to, and it's another performance challenge next week, I think, right? What is it next week? They showed the preview.
Yeah, they showed the preview, but I still don't really have clarity on what it is. Something about a monologue?
Oh, yeah. That Lana Del Rey's going to fuck that up. So they'll just send her home next week, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, if she just wouldn't have, because she was doing fine. Lydia's actually a good lip syncer. And so she was doing fine. She tried to do something special. Lana was just there doing the same old fucking tricks.
With no energy.
So in a weird kind of way, yeah, Lydia did this to herself. So, but in theory, the right queen did not go home. Lydia fucked up the lip sync, but it should have been Lana Del Rey gone on this episode. All right, what was your big takeaway from this episode?
Oh, it's time for Ross to be put down. I don't think he's fun. I don't think he's funny. I thought that acting challenge was terrible. He adds nothing to the show. I think he was fine years ago, but he's just been stale ever since. I think let's mix it up and get someone fresh onto this show and get rid of him.
Yeah, you know, so I've thought about this. You know, I was thinking about this. And first of all, why was he doing a Truman Capote impression? Because they didn't call it Truman Capote and the Ducks. They called it Ross Matthews. So shouldn't he be doing Ross Matthews?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, they wanted to spoof a show that I don't think many people watched. Like, I only got like 1 or 2 episodes in, and then I gave up on that show. So I don't know why they picked it in the first place. Why did he have a Truman up his sleeve that he just wanted to show off?
Okay, now we're gonna get to Truman Capote versus SWAT. I have not watched one frame of this episode, but I knew the story of what happened. And to me, it's like maybe a 90-minute movie at most.
It felt that way watching it. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, and then they made a whole series out of it. And you're like, well, how was it a series? You know?
And they cast so many good actresses, but it just wasn't interesting.
That's the thing with this Ryan Murphy is the pilot's always good, and then it literally falls apart after the pilot. Anyway, so again, the show was the spoof was called Ross Matthews versus the Ducks. So why was he doing a terrible Truman Capote impression?
Well, that's the thing. It wasn't even a good Truman.
No. And so there was that. The other thing too, and it made me, you know, a lot of people have been saying what you're saying, echoing it on Reddit and whatnot. But it really made me think about they treat Ross like he's this comedy genius. But do you know his story, Nathan?
Yeah, wasn't he on Jay Leno or something as like an intern?
He was an intern on the Tonight Show, and they essentially were just making fun of him, the big faggot. Yeah. Right? They're like, oh, we'll just sick this really super flamboyant gay young intern we have on the red carpet. That'll be funny. Right? And then he got mildly popular from that. And then he just sort of like, and look, bravo on him for, you know, leveraging what should have been 15 minutes into a career. I mean, I will give him credit for that. But he has no real acting experience. He has no real comedy experience.
Fucking directing experience. When he was directing from the floor on this episode, I was like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and it's just like, and I've talked about this with Michelle Visage. I get mad when Michelle Visage does it, but when Michelle Visage is in the recording sessions, I'm like, okay, she knows her lane. She actually was part of a singing group. She knows about this. This is her world, you know? And so, yeah, I don't get the whole Ross Matthews thing.
Well, I've enjoyed him before, but like... You know, not everyone needs to be on every season. You know, we only had Merle for like 2 years. Let's just fuck this guy off and get someone else on. Let's freshen it up.
Well, I don't even mind them having him. I don't even think he's a terrible judge. I'm just more like, look, I've always advocated, in fact, the best use of Ross Matthews is to have Rue stop doing the table visits and have Ross and Carson do the table visits. Have them switch off. Or whatever, Busty McBoobity's name. What's her name again? T.S. Madison. Have her go in there and be all sassy. You know?
Busty McBoobity is a great drag name.
My drag name. And they should have, those would be good uses for them. And I think Ross would be good on the table visits. But yeah, he's not. I don't know why they think he's like some sort of like the hilarious Ross Matthews, because She's not that hilarious.
She's not hilarious. And it seems like every season they want to have to do, or every second season, they want to have to do like an acting challenge with Ross involved. Mm-hmm. Like, you remember the Bossy Rossi talk show or whatever? And it's like, how did he finagle this?
Yeah, no, look, you're a television personality, and there's nothing wrong with that. But stay a television personality. You're not some sort of like improv queen. I don't know what that came from. My big takeaway from the episode is we had an anomaly last week in that these episodes should be starting to get more and more boring. And so this episode was typical for the number it is in the season. No one ever remembers a number 11, you know? Mm-mm. And so it was the appropriately boring. It's a little bit more so this season because they've gotten rid of anybody remotely interesting, you know? And so now you're just having people all because now they all have their eye on the prize. And they're all of a sudden playing Miss America. Notice Lexi Love, who in the first act was 1 hour before bitching about how she was last. And all of a sudden she's like, yeah, Arriety, man, she's a lot. And you're like, bitch, 2 hours ago you were crying. What is this? Again, this has not been a week for them. This has been in the first act, the opening part of the show. Dun 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 dun. You know, when they walk in, that's they're walking in from the elimination. Yeah, you know, and so this has only been a few minutes since then. So I don't know. So I don't have a big takeaway. My big takeaway, there's nothing to take away because it's so boring. This episode was so boring. But that's okay because that's what happens at this part of the season. I think the failure of this show is it's the rest of the season was just only a little bit a cut above this. We'll take season 6. Season 6 is a good example of this. Season 5 is a weird one because season 5 actually is backwards. It's a little kind of boring, except for Untucked. In the episodes themselves are kind of not boring, but like mid in the beginning, but it gets better as it builds to the end. Season 5 is the only one like that. Whereas season 6 is your typical classic season. Starts off with a bang. It's fucking fantastic. As it gets closer and closer, you know, you have some moments, but after Laganja leaves and that whole drama, can you remember much of that show afterwards? They tried to build up this fake Ben de la Creme versus Darian Lake feud, but that was just building something out of nothing. Yeah. Those episodes too, they kind of suffer all the way. They literally like struggle they're gasping for air to get to the finale and white knuckling it. And so we're just in a typical season. The problem, it didn't give us a lot of gangbusters at the beginning. So it's just like, oh, well, it's just petering out to the end. But this is not unusual at this stage of the game. All right. Those are the big takeaways. Okay. So at this point, if you're in the public feed, and like I told you, you can go on Apple Podcasts. You can go up there and subscribe. And you don't have to go to the Untucked Lounge. You can stay out here with us as we deliberate. But at this point is where we are going to say goodbye and do the Untucked Lounge, and we'll call you when we're ready. All right. All right. After Arietta's elimination, the girls walk back into the workroom after the lip sync. Jules reads Arietta's farewell message that insulted Anya's teeth. Anya breaks down in tears because she has a dental condition that results in halitosis and is very sensitive about this. The other gals rally around Anya Nerve and try to have some fun before removing their drag. Okay, let's stop there. Nathan, your thoughts on everything that happened here?
Yeah, the girls were gagged by that mirror message, and as was I, because it is a bold thing to do to have your lasting image on the show be such an act of villainy. So this Arriety, like I saw it in last week's episode, so I was already turned off by her. If I hadn't clocked it and saw this episode, I'd be like, "What the fuck?" and be more, enraged. But that I got all that out last week. So what I just think is funny how is I've seen on like socials or something, someone screenshot that Arriety was like, "Oh, I apologize to Anya and we're fine." It's like, okay, bitch, but like still, it seems like everyone in that room knew about this condition. And she's saying that she didn't know about it. And yet when everyone reads it, everyone's fucking gagged. Jules is like, oh, yeah, I know about the condition. So it's like, how do you not know then? I don't know. She just wanted to be mean. She just wanted to punish her for daring to speak out against her. And it's just such a bad look.
Okay. I'm actually kind of glad this happened for a couple of reasons. One, there was something that was gnawing at me last week. It's not even that insightful what I'm going to say, but it was just felt like there was this little that I forgot to add to what I'm saying. And now I get a chance to say it. Which was, look, Arriety has issues because clearly she, at some point at least, hated herself. I think she still hates herself.
And she's not alone in hating her.
Yeah. And what's really sad is there was a point where she took very drastic measures into her own hands because she thought she was ugly. You know, and what I'm saying is she thought she was fat, and she thinks she equates fat with being ugly, and she thought she was ugly. And so whatever, you know, she did what she did, and now she's not visually ugly, but what we saw was she made the outward appearance beautiful, and that's what she focuses on. Everything in Arriety is visuals, visual. That's all she cares about. All she was good at was looks. That's all she cares about. She thinks the show should be looks only. That's all she cares about is looks. She's good at nothing else. But the sad thing is and I wonder if this is killing her, because now she goes on this show that's a permanent record. I know people always say permanent record, you know, in school and stuff like that, but it is. It's a permanent record of your and it's sad because it's a snapshot of how you behaved for about 4 weeks in the summer of the year you filmed. So in like August of 2025, this is how Arriety behaved. And what we have on record is she thinks she was serving looks and was stunning, and on a visual sense, it was. But the last impression we have of her is very ugly. And now she's left the show ugly. She's an ugly person. She's an ugly person. Now, she's not visually ugly, which is probably all she cares about, but she's an ugly person. And we saw it. And now her biggest fear is being thought of as ugly. And now everybody thinks that she's ugly. And I bet you this is killing her. Because there's no going back. You can't change it. You know, in our like, one of the things I've always talked about is this is one of the things I'm glad I'm not young about anymore. I did some stupid shit when I was young. Did stupid things, said stupid. And by the way, Arriety is not that young. She's young. She's 28, but she's not. The frontal lobe is fully formed, is what I'm saying. Right?
Yeah.
But I did some stupid shit. I'm so glad that there's that was, by the way, if you heard that noise, that was Nathan's dog. I hope.
Yes, it was.
Oh, okay. But I did some, but there's no permanent record of it anywhere. Okay.
Thank God, right?
Yeah. But there was one time when I was really ugly on the air. On a podcast. But because I pulled the fucking strings. That episode doesn't exist anymore. Not only is it deleted from the feed, I deleted it from my computer. It is gone. There's no record of that episode. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I did find out later I had a urinary tract infection. That's why I was acting like a cuckoo bird. But the point is, in my youth, there's no permanent record. But now Arriety, this will always be her legacy. Her legacy, which is her biggest fear. She went on Drag Race so everyone could see how beautiful she was. And I'll give her what she wants. I'll give her flowers here. For the most part, every week she fucking served a fucking sickening look, and she was. But everyone remembers the last part. Like when you're a stand-up comedian, as long as your last joke kills, a lot of things are forgiven, right? Things are forgiven. The last impression is the most important impression. And the last impression that we have of her forever, her legacy is ugliness.
And because it was so unnecessary, and she could have come for Anya's drag. You know, she could have come for something that would have been a bit more fair game, but to come for like bad breath,
now,
which, is from a medical condition, like that's just below the belt.
The other thing I want to say, well, because she's hurt people hurt people. Thank you.
Yeah, but
I saw that on Instagram feed. Anyway.
Live, laugh, love.
Yeah. No, but what I'm going to say, now I'm going to say something, I'm going to take a different take. Now, by the way, I still hold on, Arriety should have never said that. That was an ugly thing to write on there. That was not good sportsmanship. It was awful, and that's going to haunt her for the rest of her life. Okay? That said, I do think it's pretty fucking rich. Now, look, we've gotten to know these people as characters and as people, so we forget things. Acacia forgot. But it is kind of funny that Arriety writes this nasty ass shit in the mirror and Anya starts crying. And this bitch called herself Anya Nerve. I'm like, well, look, mama, she got Anya Nerve. Like, you can't be like, I'm going to get on your nerve. And then someone gets on your nerve and you burst into tears immediately.
Well, I just think she's a bit savvy because guess who's winning public sentiment? It's on your nerve.
No,
like, guess who's got another like tick in her list of qualities for maybe winning this show? The
sense I was getting was she was not thinking that way. During that moment, maybe later she was like, "Ooh," like when, like, let's say you were picking on your little brother and he slaps you and then he gets in trouble and you're like, it didn't seem like that. It seemed like she was genuinely hurt. But I do think it's funny, like, don't call yourself like, like my name's, rough and tumble. And then like, you're like, oh, I got hurt. Like, don't be like, I'm going to get on your last nerve. So my name is Anya Nerve. You have bad breath. Oh my God, why would you say that? And you're like, well, that's kind of weird, right? But Arriety shouldn't have said that. It's mean. These are real people. But I do think it's funny.
Yeah, it is funny, but it's, I don't know, it's that element of it's not fair game. Like, it didn't come up in the reading challenge because I think she must have told people, like, don't fucking joke about this. I'm sensitive about it. And I think Arriety knew that, and that's why she went there. Because, like, otherwise, what a random thing to fucking say.
Look, even if she didn't know, you just don't say that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But on the flip side, I'm very grateful Arriety did do that because it's given us something to talk about because the rest of the episode was shit.
Yeah, it really was. In fact, let's get right into the rest of the episode. My printer's broken. So I'm going to use my iPad and then it fucking turns off. On my Face ID. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. All right. The next day, the girls enter the workroom to ready for the next challenge. Next, RuPaul enters the workroom to announce this week's maxi challenge. The queens will perform in a parody of Truman Capote and his swans titled Ross Matthews versus the Ducks. In this parody, the character the queens play will be inspired by today's most viral vixens. In the workroom, the girls read the script and claim their desired roles. There's a brief back and forth between Susie and Jules, with Jules winning the part. Later, the girls break into their teams and rehearse their roles. Next, the girls go to a soundstage to film their scenes. The parody will star Ross Matthews in a send-up of Truman Capote, and actor Cheyenne Jackson will direct the girls. Lana tries hard, Lydia surprises everyone, Lexi gets in her head, and Jules trips up her delivery. Like, guys, the way I group these things is how much is there to talk about. And the fact that I put 3 whole acts together shows you that there isn't a lot to talk about. But let's take it piece by piece. The next day, before RuPaul comes in and names anything, was there anything interesting to you or anything worth noting here?
Just that fucking Lexi Love getting in her head again, talking about her nightmares, about how she's getting chased by Susie. I just don't understand why she's so pressed. What did Susie do to this woman?
Well, I don't believe that this dream didn't sound real.
No, of course it's not real. But it's just like, why is she always bringing it up? Like, Susie. Susie's only won 2 challenges. Relax.
Hurt people, Nathan. And this Lexi Love is so hurt. I don't know why. I know why. Because she was, I guess, allegedly. I never heard her say this, but people keep saying she used meth.
She said it multiple times. Yes. She said, I was sucking dick for meth.
You know my friend who was on drugs?
Yeah.
I shouldn't say, never mind. It had nothing to do with him. That's why, it had nothing to do with him. I'll tell you off the air. That's why I didn't say it, because it's not my friend who had the drugs, and about somebody
just tell me now and then just say future Joe, cut it out.
No, because then I don't want to edit this now. I'll tell you off the air. But,
right,
but future Joe, do take this out for the public feed. Not because it's because it's boring. Why do they want to hear me going like, oh, here's a story I can't tell?
Yeah.
Anyway. Oh, wait, I don't have to. This part doesn't make it into the public feed.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, just tell me then.
Fuck off.
Okay.
No, I'm just still going to say it on the air. What did you say that I was going to say? Oh, the Lexi Love. This Lexi Love, she'd never had this dream. There's no dream. That dream didn't exist.
Yeah. Yeah, I find it hard to believe.
If I was like, oh, Nathan, I had this dream that you were just like, oh, I'm going to send you some nudes. And I was like, oh, you would never do that.
Well, what was also weird, it was like Susie was the one being like, hey, has anyone had any weird dreams lately? And I was like, did she set up Lexi to say this?
Look, here's the deal. They're not good at this. There's no savvy here. They're not savvy because one of the things I'm going to comment, we'll just talk about this now because not really much to talk about the next day, is then they go to the workroom and they're like, oh, we got to pick the roles. We're reading the roles. And they're like, I want this role. And it's like, guys, not every single time is there someone who wants to say, and they're like committed to having this role. Like, let's stop with this. Like, it can't, if you're going to have multiple performance challenges, and I'm not, let's say it's for real. Let's say it's for real. Even from a storytelling perspective, because they settled this one pretty quickly. The editors need to be like, we can't do this every fucking episode. Like,
well, yeah. They didn't settle it quickly. Susie just fucking gave up. And I was like, can this bitch get a backbone and stick up for herself? Like, it's actually now, like, pivoted where I'm no longer mad at the bullies for bullying her. I'm mad at her for taking it. Like, her argument was so clear. Like, oh, Jules, I gave you the role you wanted last time. And yet, Jules wins again.
No, but that's because, but this goes back to what we were talking about before. This is, the Mean Girls versus Susie. It's so, it boggles my mind because it's not even that they're like, those who don't learn history are doomed to repeat it. It's like they know their history. They know the jinx monsoon of it all. They have to be aware of what's going on. And yet they're not doing the editors aren't doing a good job of building this, but they're helping her build a jinx monsoon case. And the Mean Girls will just try and stop her at every single point. And what's even stupider, forget the history of the show and jinx monsoon or everything. This Susie, there seems to be like remember there was a thing with in season 7 with Pearl and the Pearl bash, or remember like anytime someone said anything about Pearl, then that episode they would be in the lip sync and she would take them out. Do you remember there was they did in the finale? Yeah, there was this thing that people would say something about Pearl in the confessional, something negative, and then they'd go up against her in the lip sync and then she'd take them out every single time. And it's like that. It's like every single fucking time you're like, no, Susie, you can't have this role. You do this little role. And then Susie knocks it out of the ballpark and they don't do well.
Yeah, but Susie doesn't end up winning. It doesn't behoove Suze.
Yeah, but they don't end up doing well. They keep thinking, oh, well, Susie's going to win. And you're like, and I'm going to, it's like, look, we'll there's a lot more to talk, not necessarily talk about this, but like, I'm already starting to want to go into like, Jules didn't even, I can't get into this. Like, that's why I'm like, the editor should have just been like, yeah, Jules is going to be this person. But I guess because we said this is so boring, I think so little happened this episode that they're trying to find anything to weave into a storyline.
Well, but can't they have just done like auditions? We've done that before. Make a bitch read for the part. Like, it's all the same note. Same beats.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then there's
go
fucking
ahead.
Lydia. She's like, oh, I want that role because she's a proctologist and my name's Butthole. Like, girl, you got to make it funnier than just beyond a glaring connection with fucking buttholes.
That's what's really weird to me is that it's like in the moment when we see, like, we've never seen Lydia. Remember when I said, like, oh, I don't believe this roast and all this stuff like that? Like I've never seen Lydia in a candid moment be any way savvy about herself, about comedy, about performance, about any sort of self-awareness, and then all of a sudden she comes up and she's good or decent, you know? I even think in this one she was okay. I don't even know why she was in the bottom, if I'm being honest.
Well, I think pretty much everyone was okay. It was just the script that sucked.
Yeah, but they never admit that the script sucks. Okay, let's go to the. Oh, by the way, I love how they the Drag Race audience is so stupid. They had to explain who Truman Capote was.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I wonder if he'll win the gay person in history award at the finale this year.
Yeah. By the way, I have this note here, so I might as well say it. And it's related to what we were talking about. Instead of being like, we need to stop Susie, why don't you just be good?
They've never considered that. Not once.
Yeah.
But you know who would have been terrible? Arriety. Thank our lucky stars that Arriety wasn't here to act.
Oh.
God, she would have been so bad.
I'm just a baby. Oh, she's annoying. Okay, let's go to the filming thing. So they film the scenes. And Cheyenne Jackson's supposed to be directing, but this Ross Matthews, I don't know, is co-directing? I don't know what's going on there.
He was really stepping on Cheyenne's toes.
I think we saw more of Ross directing than we did of Cheyenne.
Yeah, but who was directing Ross?
I know. Who warms the sun? But here's the thing too, is the advice this Ross gave was horrible.
Horrible. And then he brings that into the critiques later where he's like, Lydia, I really wanted you to say it like this. And it's like, who cares what the fuck you wanted? Who cares? If she didn't take your direction, you're not the director.
I know. And then we already talked about Ross changing his voice. I'm like, I don't even understand why he's changing. First of all, he already has a faggoty voice. So why are you doing a more faggoty voice? And also it's called Ross Matthews versus the Ducks, not Truman Capote versus the Ducks. And
that's what was so confusing because he's in one scene on a fucking typewriter as if it's back in Truman Capote times, and yet he's filming on an iPhone. What, this script,
it would be if I was instead of calling it Seinfeld, we're calling it Batance, right? It's about Joe Batance, and he does Lori is Kramer, Taylor's Elaine, and I don't know who George is, right? Jay. I'll just say Jay's George. Actually, I think, yeah, that sounds right.
Jay could be Elaine, I think.
Yeah, Jay could be Elaine, and then who's George?
Lori's George and Kramer.
Yeah, Lori is both George and Kramer. She's doing dual roles, right? And then everyone Lori's just being Lori, and then I come in and I'm like, oh, why am I here? Why are they called this? Why is it called a TV? And I'm like, who are these people? And you're like, wait, it's called Batance, not Seinfeld. Oh, why is it called Batance? It's not Batance. It's Batance. And then you're like, well, I don't understand what's going on here, right? So it's the same thing. It's like, why are you doing Truman Capote? That's not what this is not Truman Capote and the Ducks. It doesn't logically make sense. And it's not like, oh, Ross is so fucking hilarious that we want to see him doing Truman Capote. No, he's just doing a shitty Truman Capote. He's just sounding,
we don't want that.
Yeah, no one wants this.
And he looked terrifying.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's because I've never seen him in a hat before, but he didn't look good. I was like, when he lost weight, did he lose the funny? I don't know.
Ross, he never was funny. Ross has AIDS. That would be fun. The funniest thing Ross could do would be to get AIDS. Thank you. Okay. So everyone's always trying to stop Susie. Yeah. I don't know why. I've never seen her be particularly amazing.
No.
Meanwhile, why aren't they trying to stop this Anya? She is so fucking good every single time. I'm not even. This is not my phrase. I don't remember who coined this. It's a famous black writer. But the soft bigotry of low expectations.
I think that was me. I think I said that a couple of weeks ago.
Nathan said it a couple of weeks ago. Strangely, he was talking about Below Deck on his own show. And it's weird that he dropped that. But yeah, there's the soft bigotry of low expectations. I think that's really what we're seeing here is how is it that Anya is crushing it on these performance challenges every single fucking episode? At every performance challenge, if you think about it, every performance challenge, Anya has gone above and beyond, and these girls act like she's mid at best. It's the soft bigotry of low expectations. Let me Google who said that because they deserve the credit because we're seeing it in action here. Thank you. What do you have to say about that?
Well, yeah, I think even like Lana's critiques this episode was just that she got overshadowed by Anya. And so you'd think she'd be terrified to be joining a scene with Anya. But yeah, they've all sort of missed that memo. I don't know how.
Oh, I didn't realize this. It's actually a George Bush speechwriter. Yeah, George Bush, President George W. Bush, his speechwriter Michael Gerson coined the phrase.
Are you going to use that quote all the time still now that you know it's from him? Or
yes. Look at a good quote is a good quote.
Good quote. It's a good quote. Changed a lot of lives.
And it changed a lot of lives. So we're seeing it here. I mean, it is the soft bigotry of low expectations. Like, how is it that Anya is crushing it week after fucking week? And they're like, yeah, we don't have to stop Anya. You know, Anya gets whatever she wants. In a good way, it benefits Anya because Anya goes, I want this role next year, whatever, Anya. And then Susie when did Susie do really well? I'm being completely honest.
It's just that when she tapped in Morse code, and that's about it.
The tapping in Morse code and the rusical.
There was the ones where they had, well, there was SNL she was all right in.
Okay.
And then there was where they were doing music videos to past fights and quotes from Drag Race. She did all right there.
But she did all right, but Anya's crushed at every one of these challenges.
And Anya's never had to fight for a role. You're right. It's crazy.
Let's talk about that time when they were shooting and Lexi Love was trying to do the ASMR thing. And I was like, does Lexi Love know what ASMR is? Who is she doing that scene with? Susie, right? And Susie's doing it correctly, right? I don't know what you're doing. My mic might not pick it up. And then Lexi's like, this is ASMR. And I'm like, I don't think she knows what ASMR is.
She's just always flubbing. And there's just so much struggle.
Oh, this Lexi turned it around. I'm like, she did?
I didn't understand that either.
But they done that to her every week. Every week she gets this like, oh, she saved the day. And I'm like, what? When did she save the day? I've never seen this. They keep every week. That's her narrative. It's like, oh, she was going to do really badly and she pulled it out. I'm like, she did? I've never the Gilbert Gottfried at the Snatch Game. This the thing with the dress and the spray paint, and you're like, it's every week. You're like, oh, she pulled it out. And I'm like, when? I don't see that. Anyway, okay, now let's talk about, I love how we're basically talking about the challenge here, but so Jules says in a confessional that she really wanted the role of Chicago, which was a take on this Tiffany New York Pollard speech from Big Brother UK. And she goes, oh, I knew it by heart as my whole adolescence. And then she doesn't deliver, and they keep trying to say, look how well she knows this. She can't even remember our version of it. She keeps going back to the old one. But I think what's iconic about the speech is not only the words that Tiffany Pollard says, which they're doing a different version on. So now you have to really hit this. It's the inflection. She can't get Tiffany New York, and it's not a hard inflection to do, you know? And especially if you have the speech memorized, like she said she did, you would have that inflection because she's hitting certain words in a way like you could almost visualize it. Like there's certain words, like there's an old maiden type of shoe. Like she elongates certain words. She really emphasizes them, and those words are iconic. And so like she couldn't even get that. It was really weird.
Yeah, she flubbed it knowing the reference, and some of the others I think didn't get the references at all. Like Lana, did anyone tell her that I don't know her as like a Mariah Carey quote? She never said it like Mariah, not once. When she says it 3 times,
that's the weird thing too. Is like I was like she never, because the funny thing about the way that Mariah says it is that she clearly knows. I think this is one of the cuntiest things ever, and I love it, right? Is the way that Mariah Carey keeps claiming not to know Jennifer Lopez, right?
It's very funny.
Yeah, it's very, very funny. But the way she does is like, yeah, I don't know her. I don't. It's almost like, yeah, I'm trying. You guys keep saying I know her, but I'm trying to think, and I don't think I do. It's always like, even now she can't keep a straight face when she's doing it. She'll just be like, yeah, it's just... I don't know. Like, I don't know her. No. And Lana was doing this weird thing with it. She wasn't getting it.
She wasn't getting it. And also the ASMR one with Lexi and Susie was meant to be like the Amsterdam fight from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Okay, this is why I'm glad. So what were all these moments pulled from? Do you know what they were all pulled? Okay, I don't know this world that much.
I didn't clock the butthole one with the proctologist cheating husband or whatever, but this ASMR one, that was straight out of that scene from Beverly Hills.
So what happened?
So Lisa Rinna, it's Lisa Rinna against Kim Richards in Amsterdam.
Which they name her like Liza Rinna or something like that. But then she's doing somebody else.
So Lexi was Lisa Rinna and named something similar. So that one was fine. But they named Susie something Slander Pump, but she was a mashup of like Eileen Davis and Kim Richards. So the Vanderpump didn't work at all. But it's all like have a piece of bread and calm down and don't talk about the husband. Like basically Kim Richards was just trying to piss Lisa Rinna off, and she did. And it was fucking amazing.
But were they whispering?
No, but that fight, I think, you know, when there was the ASMR trend, you know, where people would reenact scenes in ASMR, that was one of the big viral ones, I think. So I guess that's the connection. But I was like, Lexi's never seen an episode. Because she did not nail that at all.
But why couldn't they tell them this is what it is? Like, this is what you're trying. Like, even Cheyenne, couldn't he say, like, okay, listen, I got to explain it to you. There's this thing. Let me show it to you. Blah, 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 blah. Right?
Like, give them an iPad with the scene and just say, watch this.
Yeah, and so like, what were the scenes? What do we know? Well, do we know them?
So the first one was Lana and Anya.
And you don't know what that one is?
It was the mother-daughter, I don't know her thing. And then a cat fight broke out. The cat fight breaks out in all of them because it's that fucking repetitive.
Yeah.
But I didn't get that.
All right, let's go to Elimination Day. It's Elimination Day. The girls get ready for the runway. Lana reveals she can freestyle rap, and Sam chimes in with his own freestyle rap. Any thoughts here on Elimination Day?
I watched it twice, and I think I zoned out both times.
The only thing I would say, there's not much to it. The only note I have was they kept saying like, oh, you know how we had this fight, Lydia and Sam? I'm like, did we all know that they didn't like each other? I never saw any evidence of this on the show.
Only that they both thought they should go home at certain points, or their looks were shit, and that's it.
Yeah. I have here, like, I know the Maxi Challenge presentation comes after the runway, but I want to do the runway later. I don't have any notes for the Maxi Challenge presentation. I think I kind of basically gave my notes in the shooting of it.
Yeah. So when they show it, let me see. Well, first of all, it's not fair to judge these queens when I think the script is just so terrible and repetitive and not funny. And Ross was so shit. I think, it was a disservice to them. Yeah, maybe I have
I think
said everything.
the filming of it was more interesting than the actual thing. The actual thing was just the dumb jokes that they weren't funny. And
Rue's laugh track was just a little too much.
I'll probably, everyone listening, I'll probably rewatch it to try and drum up something for Rulaska thoughts. But just this moment. But like as of now, like I'm like there really wasn't much to it. I don't have any notes, and I was taking notes at the time.
Yeah, it almost would have even been better if if Arriety was there and did terribly. Like it would have made it more interesting for us to watch if someone bombed.
Yeah. All right. Well, now we're gonna go to the runway. So okay, and I told Nathan this a little bit earlier. I haven't had time to listen to what Blackstone said, okay? But here's what I'll say. I immediately knew it was not going to be good. I think he's still pissed because every clip was like a second long.
Oh.
And I was like, I don't buy into this. So I had enough time because he submitted them kind of early to hit up Helen Schaefer Gray. And she came in. Now, hers were a little long, right? And I have actually listened to hers. And
okay.
But they're, how do I put this? They're effective in that they are effusive. She gives no insults and they describe the look so we can do it, but they're long, but whatever, right?
Yeah.
I will then play right after whatever, I haven't listened, whatever Blackstone said. Okay. I don't know yet. I haven't heard. I want to admit something. I was going to do it after, but I'll do it now. I think I know why I don't know why, but after he sent this, I found out Christian Ochoa talks to him regularly.
Oh.
So I did something very junior high. Okay. And I had him record. I was on the three-way call.
Oh.
And I recorded Christian and Blackstone talking.
Oh, I would love to hear that. I'm glad you did.
And I had
record.
Christian. I'm like, ask about me. So I have the call.
Oh shit, that's good.
Yeah. All I have to say is I felt badly last week because you could tell he was upset. Blackstone was upset. And I don't know if you remember this, but Jay and I went to Palm Springs this week because people on Patreon know this. We recorded a special episode about it, but we went to Palm Springs this week to go see a friend. Our friend Evan Ayers was in town. Yeah. While I was there, I dropped a gift off for Blackstone.
Oh, that's nice of you.
Like a friendly gift, and he's going to refer to it. That's what he's talking about. Okay.
What are you going to tell us what the gift is, or is it?
He'll talk about it. He'll talk about it. Yeah. Here we go. You're going to hear Christian here, like right here.
Doll, if you could talk to Joe right now, what would you say to him?
Pretty much, I would let Joe know that he is a fat cunt, and the shoes that he gave me were not something that I would particularly buy for myself. They were old maiden type of shoes, and he said that those shoes were meant to be worn on a beautiful woman. So if that is the case, he should have put them back on the rack, and he should never even purchase them because he was unqualified to own those shoes, if that's the case. And I think that Joe is just a disgrace. He's a disgrace to men who are actually beautiful and classy, and he just doesn't have the vernacular he thinks he possesses. Somebody lied to him several times and told him that he was fly, hot, and sexy and beautiful. And he's nothing like that. He's nothing of the sort.
So I think we know why he's mad at me.
I didn't realize Christian could stay silent for that long.
I just cut his track out.
Oh, that makes sense.
He was going like, oop. It's just all that, all of that.
Wow. Blackstone really got the cadence right.
Yeah, black. Look, anybody could, right? But like, look, I will be honest. I'm kind of embarrassed. Jay was trying to give me these shoes, and I didn't know. I kind of agree that they were Old Maiden type of shoes, but I was like, to me, Blackstone's an Old Maiden.
Yeah, well, that's how I picture him.
Yeah. Anyway, on the runway this week, the category was black and white. Let's start with the top girls. First up, we have Lexi Love. Now, again, Helen Schaefer-Gray is going to very accurately describe the look. It's a little long, but she's nice and effusive, and you know how she is. All right, here we go. And then if we have anything, if you want to stop Nathan at any point, let me know. But I'll let it play unless I hear something I want to talk about.
Oh, ravishing. Lexi Love is serving us high drama with a touch of scandal. And I simply adore that. The sheer black bodice drapes over her torso like the whispers of a forbidden romance, revealing just enough to leave us breathless. A regal white miniskirt peeks out beneath, barely there, as if our dear Lexi has somewhere far more intimate to be after this runway. That ombre cape, flowing, ethereal, tragic, cascades behind her like the lingering regrets of an aristocrat banished from high society.
She's really getting into this.
Yeah.
The crown atop her voluminous updo declares, yes, I am royalty. But those black lips? Yes, I have also committed crime. And oh, that daring crystal thong embellishment, a true statement. Though precisely what it's saying, I will leave to the imagination. Lexi Love, my dear, you are the fallen Duchess of the evening, and I must say it is absolutely brilliant.
Okay, so
is Lexi paying this woman?
Look, this is Helen. She's always positive, but this is like now. But now look, like I said, that's way too long.
Yeah.
Now let's go to Blackstone. But it's like it literally says 1 second. I don't know what he's gonna say.
White.
Does he think that he's supposed to name the color or something? Or
well, it was a black and white runway prompt.
Yeah.
So
what did you think of this look? I don't know. That's what I'm saying. He's being a total.
He's being a cunt.
Yeah, he's being a cunt.
I thought it was very same for her. Nothing new, nothing different. Same old shit, same old fucking shit.
And you know what's gonna beat it was? It says, speaking of the devil, the same old fucking shit. You know, I can already tell what this black one's gonna do. It's gonna be. Let me see. We have an order: white, 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 black, white, black, white.
Oh,
yeah, that's what's gonna be because he's so stupid and basic.
I hope not.
I hope not. All right, let's move on to Susie Toot. Here we go. Another long one.
Oh, bewitching. This look is what happens when a phantom cat slinks out of a gothic fairy tale and straight...
I think speaking of ASMR, she gets way too close to the microphone.
Onto the runway. Haunting, mysterious, and utterly spectral. The black and white striped fringe cascades like ectoplasmic ribbons, creating an optical illusion of movement, even when standing still. Hypnotic. A severe high-necked black hood with exaggerated cat ears transforms this queen into a ghostly feline deity, something worshipped ancient times or feared in the night. Those structured shoulders.
She's still going.
Oh,
she doesn't stop.
They add a sharp, imposing presence.
Here's the deal.
Like
she doesn't stop talking. She just loves hearing the sound of her own voice.
The feline.
That's what we're going to do is we're just going to just talk over it.
I think
What did you think of this look?
Is a masterstroke.
Oh, it was good for
Turning
Susie,
the
but it
face
was
into
also
a
just giving me
living
like old
wax,
Deuteronomy.
At once captivating
Oh, I see.
and unsettling.
Oh, it's
But it was
just
And the
captivating.
way the fringe trembles.
still going.
Still about the fringe?
Oh, mesmerizing.
I swear she's already
It
mentioned
moves
the
like
fringe.
whispers in the dark, an apparition that's here for one moment, gone the next.
Okay.
Giving
All right.
silent film
Oh, my God.
hall, my dear. An avant-garde nightmare waltzing straight out of a surrealist
So does she
painting.
like it or not?
Simply
I don't know.
spectacular.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm appreciating that Blackstone with 1 second. But I will say, okay, he's going to say white. I mean, it's just
You
right.
think?
Black and white ball, white. Here we go. Prediction.
Jew.
Okay.
That one really
I
really
know.
gagged me.
Now I'm really wondering where he's going with this. This is really that's bizarre. Okay.
In this climate, okay, yeah.
All right. Well, okay. So I mean, Susie is Jewish, and I guess Lexi Love is white. So all right, let's go to Sam Star. This is
He calls them as he sees them, I guess.
yeah. I'll let her go for a bit.
Transcendent. Sam Starr has graced us with a vision so grand, I feel I should be paying admission just to witness it.
Okay.
Black and white
Nathan, what did you think of this look?
bodysuit
was
sculpted
good.
to perfection is a masterclass in delirious.
That's it. You mean like? I mean, look, you don't have to be as like wordy as Helena Schaefer Gray.
I just think this runway, they were all sort of good, but nothing really stood out as either bad or amazing.
From her sleeves, like
So that was good.
Yeah.
embodiment of
Strangely, I do think Susie's is pretty striking.
marvelously self-indulgent.
It's the only one I remember. She's still talking.
Crown, adorned with sparkling embellishments.
I did see,
Screams
I think someone
regality,
posted a
or
screenshot from
perhaps
Untucked or something where
screams in
Susie did have like a
general.
proper
Either way,
catsuit
I
underneath that
am
Oh,
outfit.
interesting.
So if she were to lip sync, she was ready.
Oh.
that's fun.
Yeah. And then Sam, I barely remember Sam. I remember there was some sort of like Harlequin mask thing or something, right?
Yeah, yeah. Which I guess in itself is a bit been there, done that as well.
Spectacle. And
Yeah.
I must say, I adore that.
Oh,
Okay, Helen.
all right, good. Well, again, at least what's his name? Blackstone is short, so we know this one for sure. I mean, it's white. I mean, white, right?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Blackstone, Sam Star. Oh, the music.
Hi.
Uh-oh, interesting.
Oh, endlich eine Königin, die Größe versteht.
Oh boy.
So sollte Mode sein.
Okay.
Aber kühn, präzise und nur ein Hauch verrückt. Der Schwarz-Weiß-Kontrast? Makellos.
What is
Die
this?
strukturierten
can't be
Rüschen?
good.
Göttlich. Und diese gesprungene Porzellanmaske? Ein Geniestreich. Es vermittelt einen Albtraum der High Fashion.
Beautiful
Und ich meine
language.
das im bestmöglichen Sinne. Wenn der Rest dieser Mädchen verkleiden spielt, bringt
Like, I want to talk over it, but I'm like, well, I don't want to take away from our German friends.
Sam Star Couture Theater. Brava, Liebling.
Oh, that bravar I understood.
Yeah.
Didn't realize that was German.
And Sam Star.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about that one, Joe.
Well, I'll find out from
too
Carlo from
worried.
Germany what he said. Carlo, tell me what he said. Unless remember, last time Carlo was said was so offensive that he
I
wouldn't
can
repeat it
imagine
to
it
me.
might be, yeah.
Any German friends, if you could tell us what he said, it'd be fantastic. I don't know what he said. So I don't want to know either. I don't like you. All right, next we have Anya Nerve. Here we go. Anya Nerve.
Oh, bewitching. Anya Nerve is serving sophisticated seduction with a dash of Art Deco villainy, and it is delicious. The black sequined
Okay,
one-shoulder
so
gown.
what did you think of Anya Nerve's
her
look?
Body.
I didn't really like the execution of it. I sort of liked the concept, but
Thigh-high.
I don't know. It's
But
a swan on her head.
isn't this always the way with Anya? Her looks aren't that great, but she can sell them really well.
That is true. That is true. And I'm like, did she plan to wear a swan outfit on the episode where they do the Truman and the ducks and the swans? I was like, that's eerie.
Oh, you think she knew this?
No, I just think it's a coincidence, like when Corey wore the Wizard of Oz thing.
Of crimson, it's giving Met Gala meets noir film femme fatale. The deep red lip, the piercing gaze, the way
Why does she-
holds herself
she
as
just,
if she is
like,
perpetually
swallows
on
the
verge
microphone so
of
much?
ordering an assassination. chilling in the most tasteful way. Anya, my dear, you are the wealthy widow we all aspire to be.
Wait, we want to be widows?
Yeah.
Really.
Look, here's the deal. Say what you will about Blackstone. He's racist. He's horrible. He keeps it short and interesting. I'll say this.
Yeah.
All right, let's go over to our bottom three now. Next, we have. Oh, we didn't play. Sorry. I'm assuming we know what he's going to say here, but let's go.
Black.
Yeah, come on. I mean, she is black. Look, I think it's a win that he didn't say the N-word based on what we're hearing.
At least we understood it. It was in English. Yeah.
Here we go. True, good point. All right, here's Jules Sparkles, Helen.
Oh, darling, Jules Sparkles has arrived, and I feel utterly unworthy to even describe this display
Okay.
of meticulous
Anyway, so, yeah.
Just describe it, Helen.
black and white jacket lined with crisp contrast detailing is giving businesswoman but naked sultry. Beneath, a sculpted
Everything has to be giving
silver
something, but with a
stage
something.
through.
Yeah, she looks good. She looks really good.
Yes,
She did look really
I am
good.
running the empire, but I am also.
But was she really that bad in the performance?
Shaped mask is a stroke.
Well, yeah, because we were comparing
Oh,
it to
that's
Tiffany.
right. She didn't deliver the. She couldn't deliver the line. You're right. Yeah.
But then her one job was to emulate Tiffany
And she
New York,
said,
and she
"I
didn't.
have this speech memorized," and she couldn't nail it. Blackstone did a better job.
Yeah, which is why I probably thought I would have put her in the bottom over Lana.
What is power,
I guess.
if not the ability to look
Interesting. I don't know. I didn't think Lana was good, but they kept talking about like she was good. I'm like, she was. I didn't think she was that good.
Dominatrix fantasy
Her cutaways. Whenever like the other couples were fighting and you cut to Anya and Lana just eating their lunch, that was funny. That's about it.
Oh, I think she's done.
Oh, finally.
All right. So let's see what Blackstone had to say. I'm assuming white, right? Black and white. Well, then she's named Jew. All right. Here
Yeah.
Spicy.
Okay. Well, here we go. Oh no, Lana Jarre. Here we go. Helen.
Oh, magnificent.
Oh, God.
Lana Jarre has arrived draped. in-
Why does she start everything with "oh this"? Does she ever run out of adjectives?
The delicate puff sleeves.
So, what did you think of Lana Jarre?
Oh, darling, I could kiss you.
I thought it was kind of boring what she wore. And I do think it is very funny that she says her looks are different for her every week. You know how people are starting to do supercuts of every time she said it. That's kind of fucking funny. But as a look, I thought it was
Train flowing
below
just
average.
adds a melancholic elegance.
I never think her looks deliver. I think she always.
If that
It's funny. Anya will take a mediocre look and really sell the hell out of it. And I think Lana's almost the opposite. Maybe the look is pretty good, but she's so.
Let's be honest, she is.
What is she
Lana,
talking
my dear, this is haute couture dom.
Anyway,
I
this.
must buy.
I'm getting distracted by her. She.
Well, maybe she is selling the look because Helen just said she wants to buy it.
Oh, she did.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh. This Lana Jarre, she's taking probably looks that are pretty good and she's making them boring. I'm not saying this was a good look, but I'm just saying I think there have been examples. All right, let's see. Okay, we know what Blackson's going to say. Here we go.
Yeah.
Black.
Yep, there
All right,
it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
no surprise. All right. Finally, we have Lydia B. Collins. Here we go.
Oh, untamed elegance. Lydia B. Collins has pounced on.
Now she's stretching, okay?
Giving us ferocious glamour with an air of delightful delusion.
So describe the look.
zebra pattern down, ruched and ruffled to architectural perfection, wraps her body like the most opulent safari fantasy. An exaggerated fur stole engulfs her shoulders because, of course, a true diva needs volume. The striped opera gloves stretch
Shut
to the
up.
hilt, each finger curved.
She's really bothering you, huh, Nathan?
The downfall of her lesser contemporaries.
It's just
She
too
just
many
doesn't know
words.
yeah, it's like edit, girl.
Voluminous blonde updo, a gravity-defying monument to old Hollywood.
It's a wig.
Yes, Lydia, my dear, you are the socialite who
But
went
you know,
on
these
safari
fashion people,
and simply
they get
refused to return.
super into
And
it
I
because
find
Christian
that-
was like this on Bring It to the Runway.
Everything has to be a reference.
But also, like on Bring It to the Runway, Christian would spend like longer than this describing each look, and it's just like we're not seeing it. We don't know. We're not there. You know. All right, let's see what Black's white because Lydia's white, right?
Yeah.
Unless maybe Blackstone knows shit that we don't know. Here we go.
Traitor.
Oh my god.
Oh, I forgot that he doesn't like her. Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't like her. She dates a black guy. All right. Well, those are the looks. On that note, why don't we bring back my girls? Oh, divine. I just shit she says. Back on the main stage, RuPaul names the tops and bottoms. She's also asked a question, who should go home and why? Susie Toot walks away with the most votes because people see her as the biggest competition. Later, RuPaul names Anya Nerve as the winner of the challenge and places Lana Jarre and Lydia B. Collins in the bottom two, forcing them to face off in a lip-sync battle for their lives. The song Unholy by Sam Smith. In the end, Lana Jarre lived to see yet another day, while Lydia B. Collins was asked to sashay away. Nathan Patrick Brown, any final thoughts on the episode?
Yeah, that who should go home and why section was annoying and dull. I really don't like when they're like, oh, my biggest competition. It's like, oh, come on, grow a pair. So only Anya and Susie answered it correctly. So I respect them for that. And I just don't understand the logic of highlighting to the judges that you think another competitor is better than you. Like, I just don't understand how that helps them at all. So I think they're fucking dum-dums. That's about all I've got. And this Sam Smith, I don't really like them. But
Oh, you don't?
no, I think ever since they were like, I'm the first gay person to win an Oscar. When they won an Oscar, I was like, all right, Mary. So ever since then, I'm like, fuck this Sam Smith.
And wasn't that immediately disproven?
Yes, immediately.
Also, like, look, I know they go by they, them pronouns, but I feel like they were putting they, them pronouns on people that they weren't sure or use they, them pronouns.
I think Sam does, though.
No, Sam does, but when Sam was doing the critiques, would be like,
right.
Lana's look was good. They did to this. I'm like, you don't know that what pronouns Lana uses.
You think on Drag Race, the default can be she, her, since they're all fucking dressed as women, mostly, like, right?
I'm not going to get into this. You're going to territory I don't want to get into. And we went like 20 minutes longer than I wanted to for this episode. So why don't we do this? Am I cutting you off? Are there thoughts you have?
That's it.
Yeah. That's going to do it for this week's episode of RuPaul's Drag Race Recap. Be sure to join us next week and every week as we continue to discuss, dissect, and deconstruct each brand new episode of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 17. So for Nathan Patrick Brown and myself,
sashay away until next week.
Thank you for listening to Drag Race Recap. Have something to say? Leave us a voicemail at speakpipe.com/afterthoughtmedia. You can also email us at dragracerecap@afterthought.media. For more Drag Race and LGBTQ+ content, support us over at patreon.com/afterthoughtmedia. This podcast was produced by Luke Stamen. You can follow Nathan Brown over on Instagram at NathanBrown90. Follow Joe Batance on Instagram at Joe Batance. Special thanks to these expensive tier Patreon supporters: April Pacheco, Astute Girl, Brad Coley, Derek Byers, Doofus Maximus, E. Smith, Effie Wop, Emma, Phil Skit Pony, Blind Suki, Humble Pie, J. Thomas Plank, Kathy Zender, Katie Whitmire, Lauren Eckert, Lucy Carrasco, Luke Stamen, Mary S., Mike Yeager, Nikki Baker, Nikki Pettit, Polly, Poppy Woods, Ricardo Herrera, Runner Brandon, Sarah Yu, Tom Bombs, Travi Cosmos, and Troy Anderson. Drag Race Recap is an Afterthought Media podcast.